What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Thank you for stopping in. Today we have an unboxing to dig into coming in from CJRB. Before we get started, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I release daily knife and EDC content. Hit that thumbs up button. That helps push this video out there to more people. And let us know what you're carrying in your pockets today down in the comments. Love hearing from you guys and seeing what you're carrying for the day. Thank you to CJRB for sending this in for us to take a look at. This is going to be one of their new models. And we have a zippered pouch here. We have our knife and microfiber cloth. Now I'll have what I can linked down in the description of this video. But this is going to be a new model for them. This is called the CJRB version. VERSION. And then we're looking at a stone-washed RPM 9 blade. Looks like we have either a steel or... that's an aluminum bolster there. So we got an aluminum bolster with textured G10 handles here. And then we are looking at the ability to reverse that clip. A nice, short, sleek, deep carry clip. And if you aren't aware, CJRB makes the Mylea series, and they have the mini Mylea and then the full-size Mylea, plus they make quite a few other secondary fifth pocket size knives, and they do an extremely good job. Now, this will be the first time I think I've had a button lock from CJRB in quite this size right here. I like the lines of this knife. I like that natural curve this has. And because we have this shorter handle here, this smaller knife, they give you a nice large choil there. So you'll be able to, I wear an XL glove, and anyone with medium to XL hands will be able to get a nice grip on this thing. If you have much bigger hands than that, then you might start running off the tail end. Like I said, we'll be looking at RPM 9, and this is going to have their stonewash finish on it. We have this large cutout. Love that nice low tip there. And then we have the cutout and front flipper combo here. And it feels like it has nice, strong springs in there. Surprisingly strong. They just seem to get better and better. Every month it feels like they get better. That feels very good. The reverse flick is absolutely money. There's no drag on that button. So as soon as you hit that button, you are going to have no issue, no resistance. Very nice. You can use the button as well. So you got the cutout, front flipper, and button for deployment. We have that aluminum collar there around the pivot on both sides. And that is surface mounted. The screws are recessed, but the pocket clip is not. And lefties will be able to carry this as well. Does this have a... so we have open construction, and then we got one standoff there. And you might be able to use that for a lanyard as well. I wouldn't call it a lanyard post though. Let's go ahead and get a size on this here. So we're looking at about 2 1/16 of cutting edge and 2 and I'll give it 5/8, 2 5/8 of total. And then we're coming down around 6 5/16 for total length. Couple of size comparisons. We have the Benchmade Bug Out and the Para 3. You can see it's quite a bit smaller than both of those. Then we have the Elementum and the QSP Penguin. Those are also going to be a little bit bigger than the version. And one final one, we have the, on your bottom here, the TRM Nerd. We have the Artisan Cutlery Clio and the Devo Knives Nip. It is going to be a little bit larger than those three there. Now, believe it or not, this Artisan Cutlery Clio here is a knife I have really fallen in love with. This feels the spring strength and the opening action. It feels just like the version here. It is very close, if not a little better on the version, maybe just a smidge, but the version's going to be a little bit larger than the Clio, you can see there, but love this design, love that blade shape. I've become a huge fan of this knife right here. As far as the weight on the version, we are going to be looking at 1.65, so ratio people will be happy about that one. As far as the hardware goes, looks like T8 for the pivot there, T8 for the body screws, and the pocket clip screws are going to be T6, as well as these inlay screws are going to be T6. Let's go ahead and we'll check this pocket clip here on our Issuing Stitches cloth, and I really like this clip right here. I think this should be their common clip on their budget models right here. This short, sleek, minimal clip, I really like that. It looks clean in the pocket. I think ergonomically it's going to be good. And it's going to function well here. It's going to carry nice and deep. It has good retention on it. And because you have that little bit of texture there on the G10, that is going to also help this thing stay in place in the pocket. Let's go ahead and see what kind of edge they put on this RPM 9 steel. I like this blade shape a lot. I'm trying to think of what this reminds me of, but it kind of has some lines that I don't know what it is quite, but it kind of is racking my brain a little bit. Nice edge on this thing. I guess it depends. As I've been saying, for anyone who's been here, you know, all year or most of the year, this size I've never been a fan of, but over about the last year or so, because they've been designing them in such a way I can get an entire full 4-finger grip on the knife and be comfortable. That's definitely a game changer in that sense. And then when you have, you know, like the Clio with that kind of sheep's foot-ish blade or a nice low drop point style blade, they're just great for daily, easy, basic cutting tasks, right? Very manageable, easy to maneuver, easy to control. You can get right up on that tip if you have something precise that you need to cut or cut out. And then here again, you have a ton of control over that blade. So I've become a big fan of this size of knife and this style design. I'll always love a full-size large knife as my primary, but and I used to carry a full-size knife as a secondary too, but I've started to include knives just like this. We'll go ahead and check centering, and we'll check this lock. Nice tolerances in there. This is nicely centered up. Even though this is a button lock and it doesn't have a detent, there's still no movement in there, which is a very solid job. On just a casual open there, no movement up or down, and no movement side to side, which means we have a great positive lockup in there with this standard plunge and the tang there. That is very, very good. Let's go ahead and check and make sure this will stay put. CJRB has a great track record on my channel, at least, and I have never heard anything widespread about a CJRB button lock. If you're looking for a budget-ended, affordable button lock, CJRB is easily one of the first places I would recommend you to go check out. They have a bunch of different sizes, from nice secondary size like this up to a full size, all kinds of different blade shapes, different handle materials from G10, aluminum, steel, micarta. So and they're all going to be under like 60 bucks, let's say 55, 60 bucks for the most part. They have a great track record on the channel here. I've tested a ton of them and multiple variations of some, and they just work. They continue to do a great job, and I love seeing CJRB and Artisan putting out these new models that are very solid. I would expect this to be, 50 bucks or under, maybe quite a bit under that. We could even see it down around 40, which would not surprise me. They've come off with some really good pricing lately, the Pyrite Light and some other various models as well. But let me know what you think of the version here. Do you like this size? Prefer something a little bit larger? Let me know. And do you carry a secondary knife in this size? Love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on your way out. That really helps push this video out there to more people. If you're new here, I release knife and EDC content every single day. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. That'll notify you anytime I release new content. I will throw a couple of new videos up here and here, and the one YouTube is recommending to you is right here at the top. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I will catch you on the next one.